My name is Reed Blinn of Newmark Grubb Knight Frank. Today we welcome Gene Godick to our City Bizlist interview. Gene Godick is CEO of G Squared. Welcome, Gene.
So I'm Gene Godick. I am the founder and CEO of G Squared Partners. We founded the firm in 2012. It's been a fun 4+ years. We're now over 30 clients, and we have 19 people as of today. So G Squared is a finance team in a box. We provide outsourced accounting, CFO, controller, VP finance services. We provide everything from helping companies raise money to budgeting and forecasting to closing the books, helping with getting bank financing, budgeting, strategic analysis, everything that a company would need, but on a part-time outsourced basis. I worked at Arthur Andersen in Philadelphia, and I was in what was first called the small business practice, which evolved into the enterprise group. And it was focused totally on fast-growing companies, emerging growth. Worked in that group starting in '87, and just as early days of venture capital in Philadelphia. And during that time, I worked with a number of high-flying life science companies, software companies. After there, about 7 years, went to a early-stage environmental company, was there for a short period of time, and then wound up at KPMG, spent 9 months there working in their high-tech practice, working with companies like Safeguard, US Interactive, which went public, Triton, which went public, Safeguard, which was a public company, and a company called VerticalNet, which was a venture-backed company, which I wound up becoming CFO of in the middle of 1998. So my vision was that early-stage companies needed high-quality finance help, but on a part-time basis. And the idea was that we could provide high-level services on a part-time basis, basically paying for what you use, but not paying for the part you didn't need. And like an early-stage company, they may need a high-level CFO services for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a month. And the idea was how do you build a business around that? And so when I started the business in the fall of 2012, I had 3 key goals. One was not to write a business plan for 12 months. Second one was to figure out a way to replace my income that I used to earn my prior job. And my third was not to hire one for a year. The first 2 actually turned out to be pretty easy. The third one, because demand was high, and in my 11th month, I had to hire a colleague of mine who has done incredibly well since he's joined. And from there, we kind of learned a lot. And one of the things I learned in my first year was, most of the work I was doing could be leveraged to someone else. And after we had a CFO and a controller, we then started getting asked for a lot of bookkeeping work. And so we first started outsourcing it. And while it worked, it wasn't as successful as we liked. And because we didn't get the quality of the work we wanted back. And we were spending a lot of time training some other firm's bookkeepers. So we decided to do something different, which was instead of hiring bookkeepers, let's hire kids, I call them kids, but college graduates right out of college campuses. And what we soon began to realize is there was a lot of college grads, accounting grads, who had good grades, that came from schools that were highly credentialed, that wanted to come work and do the kind of work we were doing, but didn't want to work in public accounting. And the public accounting profession's kind of boxed itself in a little bit with adding a 5th year to get licensed. So there is a group of people that are graduating with good grades from good schools that want to serve clients, but don't want to have to go to get a 5th year of school, or don't want to live in the grinding life of public accounting. And so we've kind of created this value prop for new recruits that, hey, within about 5 years, if you work hard and you're smart enough and you do all the things you need to do, you'll have the credentials to become a controller of a venture-backed company in about 5 to 6 years.